Good morning, everyone. I only have about 2 months left of my time here in Hong Kong. If you're new to my channel, my name is Katie and I have been vlogging my adventures while living in Asia for the past year. I am a vocalist at Hong Kong Disneyland. I have been sharing my adventures as I've lived in Hong Kong, worked for Disney, and also traveled all through Asia this year. I realized that I have not yet done a day in the life video. I'm not able to do a day in the life of a day of working for Disney, but I do want to show a day in the life of just a typical day for me in Hong Kong. So I'm gonna take you along with me today. I've got a lot of things that we're gonna do. So come along with me and it'll be a really fun day. Also, apologies for the glazed donut appearance. I just did my skincare routine and it's still settling in, which if you know, if you're a performer, you know that the skincare routine is absolutely so important and essential to our job. Ooh, should I try the new drink? There is a less sweet option. I'm not really in the mood for Frappuccino. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Hi. Can I do the pesto chicken with sun-dried tomato bagel? And then can I do a grande oat milk latte with vanilla, please? Cute. Love this packaging. Hi, how's it going? Oh, new place.
Yes.
Looks really nice. Let's get these eyebrows done. Thanks. Okay, I just got my eyebrows done. She always does such a great job. Now I am going to head to my next place on the agenda. I've been going to this same girl since I moved here to Hong Kong and I've built up a good rapport with them. It's nice because they have like package deals. So it's a lot cheaper if you sign up for a package. I don't know if I'm gonna get all my sessions in though before I leave, which really stinks. Okay, I think it's time for a snack. I had a very late breakfast and I probably won't really eat until dinner, so definitely time for a snack. I was debating on going to Bakehouse, which is in this area, but I think I'm gonna do a different egg tart today. One of my other favorites is from a place called #B, and I find them to be almost as good as Bakehouse. It's definitely not as busy, and it usually doesn't have a super long line, which is good. Whereas Bakehouse will usually be like wrapped around the corner because it's just such a tourist destination spot. Okay, Irish coffee tart. That's new. What do I want, a Napoleon or a regular? Oh no! No! Do you have more of these or are they gone now? Oh no, they just appeared right before my eyes. That's really sad. Okay, how insane is it that when I was about to ask for an egg tart, they were sold out of the classic egg tarts, which for me, I actually personally like the more pastel de nata Portuguese one, which I think is this sort of Napoleon type one. So let's go ahead and try. So flaky, so good, not very warm. I definitely prefer this sort of egg tart to like the original kind. So delicious though. All right, on to the next place. I'm not gonna be here much longer and I don't wanna have any left over because I don't wanna bring it home with me. Let's do this one. All right, I got my nails done. They are a beautiful pink because I've had to do pink for a year, but I do pink anyway, so that's okay. I didn't realize how closely it matches my shirt though. I currently go to a place called Nail Jolly. I've been going there since probably, ooh, that's really bright, since August. I used to go to a pretty quote unquote local place the first 6 months of me being here, and it was a lot cheaper, but it was not the vibe that I want when I go and pamper myself. It was pretty chaotic, I won't lie. I decided for myself that when I get my nails done, that I want it to be a kind of pampered experience. I am now running to a workout class at F45. F45 exists in the States as well. I've never taken F45 before coming to Hong Kong though. I used to be a member of Orange Theory on and off in the States, and I love that sort of class setting with HIIT and strength and like group classes. I just really love that. I feel like it motivates me. So F45, specifically the TST location, has become kind of like my gym home away from home. And I really love that gym. Really love it. I've got about 15 minutes to get there, and it's about a 15-minute walk. So let's see if I can make it. Literally running down the street. It is so nice that they decided to build F45 above Starbucks for me. Like, that was really kind of them. That was so nice. All right, I made it, and I scarfed down the other egg tart that I bought from earlier because not eating lunch today is really catching up with me. But we made it with 10 minutes to spare. Wow, I really made it very fast. All right, I'm so incredibly sweaty from that class. I usually don't wear long sleeves when I work out unless I go for a run outside and it's cold, but it was really sweaty in that class. It was a strength day. One thing I love about F45 is that they alternate between strength and like cardio days. So because I'm currently training for a half marathon again, I try to only come on strength days so that I can make sure I'm getting my lifting
and strength in. Because last time I did a half marathon, I was really bad about lifting weights and strength conditioning. I'm really trying to be a lot better about that this training period. It is currently 8:40. We've reached almost the end of my day in the life, but I'm gonna pick up some dinner before this place closes. It closes in about 20 minutes. I'm about a 10-minute walk away, so hopefully I can reach it before it closes. One of my favorite spots here in Hong Kong. I really hope they haven't closed up shop for the night. And I hate to be that person showing up 15 minutes before they close, but it says they're open till 9. At least it's not a sit-down restaurant. It's like a grab-and-go type place. Hi, can I please do the orchid bowl, but no kale? Can I do like the half and half with the mixed greens? And the halloumi, and then I'm gonna do a side of the sweet potato. Thank you. Thanks. This location is in a food court. I prefer the actual standalone restaurant that's like in Central, but this is the version in TST, and I grab this sometimes when I'm coming home from a workout. We have made it to the end of my day in the life. Thank you so much for following along, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
All right, I have just finished a day of work and I wanted to do a little Q&A. I have a lot of Hong Kong Disneyland hopefuls that have messaged me asking questions about my time here. Ooh, that's my dinner. And so I went ahead and I did like a question box on Instagram, which if you're not following my Instagram, there it is. I post a lot more stuff on my Instagram than I do on YouTube. I think the long form content on YouTube just takes me a really long time to edit, but I definitely post a lot of performing Disney Hong Kong stuff on my Instagram. But I did a question box for people to ask questions about auditions, Hong Kong life, performing, etc. So here is a little Q&A. Number 1, when did you become a tiramisu connoisseur? I have loved tiramisu for as long as I can remember. I'm not always in the mood for it, but when I am in the mood for tiramisu, I am in the mood for tiramisu. However, I don't really like tiramisu flavored things. Tiramisu coffee is weird to me sometimes. Number 2, how is the language barrier in Hong Kong? I'd love to work there one day, but definitely very nervous. I would say that Hong Kong is super westernized. I was really shocked when I came here how many people speak English. Everything is like in Cantonese and English. Disney especially does such a great job of incorporating English into everything. I really struggled more when I went to mainland China. When I went to Shanghai Disney, I was using Google Translate all day, every day. Like my phone battery was low all day. Definitely, if you ever work here, have Google Translate on your phone. Number 3, would you ever consider moving to LA/OC? Funny you should ask that. I did live in LA for a time. I have lived in New York City, Chicago, and LA, as well as like various cities throughout the country from like random performing jobs. But I did live in LA for a time. Long story short, I was in a relationship out there and I booked Disney Cruise Line and left LA to pursue Disney Cruise Line. The relationship ended while I was on Disney Cruise Line, so I never went back to LA. I'm not really a big fan of living in LA. I really found that it taking 3 hours to get everywhere was just not the vibe. It was just a lot. I'll never say never, but I don't think that's the place for me. I think the only draw I would really have to LA would be Disneyland. Film and TV is not really the route I am pursuing currently. I'm definitely more theater focused. Number 4, would you take another 6 to 12 month international theme park contract? If so, what is your dream park? So because I am aging. I'm definitely going to be a bit more selective on like international work. Whenever I got Hong Kong Disney, I knew that I was going to take that. I think my dream Disney park is Tokyo. I know that they are bringing back vocalist opportunities this year and next year, and so that would be like the one other one that I would really be interested in. I guess we'll just see what happens. Number 5, how many contracts have you done in Hong Kong, and would you ever want to come back? I did 2 vocalist contracts here in Hong Kong. I am currently towards the end of my second one, and I have decided to leave after this one. It was my choice, and I'm glad to be leaving by my choice. I would love to come back for a seasonal opportunity. I would really love to come back for like a Halloween show or Christmas season. I'm definitely interested in more like the seasonal route. Number 6, what is the vocalist audition like? Well, my very first vlog is explaining my entire Hong Kong Disney audition process. So definitely go check out that video. I hope it's on this side. Watch it's like on that side. But basically like a condensed Cliff Notes version is you walk in with 2 contrasting songs. You either get a callback or you don't. When you get the callback, you will be handed the different vocal materials that the casting director would like to see you do. Usually it's like same day or the next day is when the callback happens, and you will perform the songs in front of the casting director, and she will film you. If you make it past the singing round, then you go to like a very easy movement combination. There is not going to be a triple pirouette into a split into like a crazy flip. Like it is a pretty easy combination just so that they can see that you have movement abilities. But definitely go watch my full Hong Kong Disney audition journey video where I go much more in detail about the audition process. Number 7, how long did you wait after the audition for your offer? My audition was mid-November, and I found out like first week of January of 2025 last year. It was like a month and a half, almost 2 months that I waited. Number 8, how strict are they on the heights for Hong Kong Disneyland performers? This is a tricky one because I have to be a little vague. I think there's a little bit more leeway with like, you know, performers being up on a stage far away than like a character who is right up close to you. But height definitely does matter. You get measured at your callback. You do ultimately have to fit in pre-made costumes. The costumes are not made for each individual. You have to be able to fit the costumes that are in the inventory in stock at the Disney park. Number 9, what's your favorite part about the job? Is it hard to be away from home for long contracts? How often have you gone back? I mean, it's just been so wonderful being able to work for Disney again. Honestly, working for Disney has always been my biggest dream, and I was so blessed to work for Disney Cruise Line. Hong Kong Disney was another huge dream of mine that I really, really pursued, and I'm so glad I never gave up on that dream. I'm so glad that I finally made it here because it's just been so wonderful finally being here. I'm so proud to work for the Disney company, and I hope to continue working for the Disney company. Is it hard to be away from home for long contracts? Yes, I find it really hard. I've done 3 long-term contracts, 2 cruise lines. I've done Royal Caribbean and Disney Cruise Line. Both of those were like 9 months to a year long, and then this is 13 months. And I did not go home. Luckily, my family was able to visit me on all 3 of those long-term contracts. When you do a cruise ship, you're kind of like stuck there. You really only are able to leave if you're medically debarked, or if there's a funeral you need to go to, or sometimes if you have a pre-approved wedding, which can be kind of rare that they allow that because they want you to be there. I wanted to save my money for trips within Asia rather than like going home. I wanted to make the most of my time here while being in Asia. Number 10, what is next? See, this is like the question you're not really supposed to ask performers, like what's next? You're not really supposed to ask, do you have another performing job lined up? but I know that people who are not performers are not really aware of that. As far as I know, I'm actively auditioning, of course. I'm doing auditions online. I do plan on going back home in April. I've got a couple races I'm doing. I'm doing a Disney race and a half marathon. I'm excited to see what happens next. Of course, it's always scary, like the unknown. Gotta have faith. Something will come along my way pretty soon. Thank you everyone for those questions. I know that there were a lot that I didn't get to, but these were like the most asked ones that I received. And thank you so much for following along on my day in the life vlog. I've only got a couple more vlogs to come before I head home. It's been so fun, but don't worry, the vlogging will continue when I get home because I have really had a lot of fun doing this. It's a nice creative passion project for me to share bits and pieces of my life with people out there who are aspiring performers, aspiring Disney people. Thank you all so much for the incredible support this year, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!